if the gods of rock would please grant me a new yabby pump. A yabby pump that is not made out of PVC, that is not full of rust, and that I do not have to continuously replace valves on all the time, every trip.
What are you doing?
Praying for a new yabby pump from the gold gods. How else do you get them?
I don't think it works like that.
I told you it worked. Check that out.
Go forth and find some gold.
I think you better get going. G'day guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. Today I have something really exciting and really fun. This is my first prospecting review of a product that I have been sent. I got offered an opportunity by a fellow prospector and a person that follows my channel, peacekeeper1966. He has created a quite ingenious, very simplistic and incredibly effective attachment for your yabby pump. Now, the idea behind this is to turn your yabby pump into a directional collector, which basically means that there is a pipe that attaches to this contraption, which goes on your yabby pump, that will send the dirt that you suck up from the riverbed to either a collection bucket, in my case I was thinking a rocker box, or even a river sluice. In the kit you'll get one of these units which will divert your collection off into your collection container. You'll get a nice bracket that will attach it to your yabby pump, and you get a bucket. Now even the bucket has been engineered with valves. If I can get this screwed off, there we go. A couple of different valves. Obviously one's an inlet and one's an outlet. This is your inlet, which is going to allow all the muck and water and stuff to go down into your bucket, and this is your outlet for pressure and water that's going to come out of it so you can continue to collect. You also get plastic hosing with couplings and everything else, and you get several meters of it, which is awesome, so you can get quite a bit of range. And the last thing you get is a couple of O-rings. Assembly for this is ridiculously easy. So we've just got the bracket here that sits on top of your PVC pipe. With a standard 2-inch yabby pump, it fits completely over the top, very easily, stays nice and secure for you, and we just tension this bolt up here. Once that's tensioned, we can screw the pipes on and you're ready to go. Alright guys, we're out here on the creek, and now this is a really exciting thing for me. I haven't had a chance to use this. I have looked at the engineering in it, and I've pumped water through it using an outside drum that we use to collect rainwater, and it works perfectly for that. But now's the real test, is finding out what it can do. Here are some of the benefits that I can foresee that are going to happen, and we're going to start with its design and how that's going to really help when it comes to river sluicing. The first thing is this nozzle. It's designed, obviously, to screen down dirt small enough that it's not going to jam up any of the valves that are in here. And the massive advantage with that is that when it comes to river sluicing, I would normally have to take a sieve that comes with pans like this and sieve it down into 40-litre buckets like this to then spoon feed through the river sluice. But now, this little nozzle takes care of all of that for me, and it puts it into a bucket. The second thing is, all I have to do is take this lid off and put it on that bucket, and I can continue to fill 40-litre buckets for as long as I want. Now, obviously this is not designed to dredge. It's not designed to suck out entire riverbeds and whatnot. But if you're talking about a rock shelf with nice crevices and stuff that you need to get down into, and you'd normally be down there with your little spade trying to pull it out, this is going to fill up several of these buckets really quickly with all of that dirt. They're the two major advantages that I can see with this, but there is a third one, and let me explain. The third one is the sluice. Now, I can set it up in a low flow area like this, and there are sluices that you can use in low flow areas that will work perfectly, but often you will not have enough flow to get the dirt to move down there properly. Well, not so with this system, because what I can do is make up a really basic bracket, have the pipe positioned above my sluice and pump it straight into it. It's pumping more water down the mat and it's pumping screen filtered dirt down it as well, so I don't even have to worry about filtering it anymore, which just means that in those situations where I have some nice bedrock crevices or some nice stony areas that have maybe 1 or 2 40-litre buckets worth of dirt, I can process them very quickly and be done with it and move on. Alright, you guys won't have seen this area. It's in a video I'm yet to make. I came here and I found some very tiny micro gold. I'm not expecting to find a bucket load of gold here today. What we're testing out is just the principle of this machine. So we're going to start with the little hole that I test panned earlier, and we're going to pump it into the bucket. Now from experience, it does take a couple of pumps just to get everything moist and wet and working properly. So we've actually got it working good now. I just had to get my valves moist. You can hear it pumping into the bucket too. You might stand that up now. Oh yes. Alright, we've got dirt in there. The Gold God's new Yabby pump's working brilliantly, and so is the device. It's actually collecting a lot of dirt, but I have found one small issue, which is that obviously using a hand pump, it doesn't have overly much power, so pumping uphill, pumping dirt is going to be very difficult, and we were getting a clog in the line just here where it was quite heavy. So I'm thinking, you can hear the dirt coming out of it now, so listen. There we go. So I'm thinking what we do is move it downhill a bit and try and level out. If we level out that hose, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because then it hasn't got as much work to do. Alright, we'll give that a shot. That seems to be working better. I can hear the dirt falling into the bucket now, so it's only been going for maybe 5 minutes now. I just thought I'd have a look in the bucket. Alright, we'll hit that water out. Alright, so we have about a quarter bucket's worth of dirt in there. You can see how fine it is too. It's really, really ultra fine. There's probably going to be a bit more dirt in that hose too from what I learnt before. Alright, I'm going to pan that off and just see if there was any gold in it. Alright, we're going to find out what was in there. And then I'll have to empty the pipe too and make sure there wasn't anything left in it. Let us find out. Oh yeah, got some micro gold up in that corner. Got a lot of micro gold actually. Real bright too. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to see that on camera. It's just too little, but there's probably a good 10 or 15 micro dots just there, which is alright. Oh, there's more down there as well. Alright. Well, there is a lot of micro gold in this creek. That's what I found out the other day. Let's empty the pipe out. I'll double check there isn't anything in that, and then we're going to try one last thing, which should be a bit of fun. I just cleaned the pipe out, and this is what I got from it. Now, this is something that I think I should point out. That pipe has riffles in it. It has riffles just like a sluice box, so there is a very high chance that your gold and other heavies is going to get caught in that riffling without washing it out. So I think that if you are using the system, be conscious of it and make sure you do wash the pipe out. So if you're not collecting a lot of gold for every bucket you've got, it's probably trapped in that pipe. That's okay, it's not going anywhere. It's only going to go into a bucket, isn't it? Because you've got suction at one end and a collection container at the other end, so that's not an issue. Or possibly look into getting some same diameter smooth piping, and that would also work just as well and cut that middleman out. Alright, this should be the fun one. I am going to use the pipe to feed the river sluice with the hand dredge. Now, this is a grey area of law as far as I'm aware. I'm not using a mechanical pump, like a petrol power pump. I'm fueled by popcorn and Pringles. Those are fueled by petrol. And I think that's the main difference here. This is a hand tool, so I'm pretty sure it's legal. If anyone else has any literature on it that says otherwise, I do want to hear about it. Put a link in the description below or in the comments below, and I will definitely read it. In the meantime, I'm going to give this a crack. I reckon this is going to work pretty awesome. I'm going to start a new area somewhere down here, and we're just going to feed it, and we're just going to see what happens. Obviously, if you made a jig up for that, that would work a lot better than my rock pile over there, but the rock pile will have to do for now. Well, it definitely feeds a river sluice quite well. Obviously I do need a jig. I think if you had a jig sitting up here that you could screw the end nozzle into, that would just literally drop the water down on top of the plate, I think that would work really well. At the moment, obviously, this is a bodge job, and it's cannoning dirt and stuff into this wall and then ripping it down this side. But the principle remains, you could easily feed a river sluice like this. So if you had several nice crevices that had maybe 2 or 3 40-litre buckets worth of dirt in them, that would be a nightmare to slowly pan out with small spades and stuff, this would absolutely rocket through it. But probably need a jig, or just like it's going to screen the dirt for you, so you might as well just fill up 40-litre buckets, and then you could spoon feed this as fast as you wanted. I'm going to keep going for a little while and just see if I can't fill this mat up pretty quickly and see what was behind that rock. I just cleaned out the mat from that, and I did find a bit of gold that you might be able to see right there. Look at that. And again, this creek is renowned for ultrafine gold. Well, not renowned, it's renowned by me for ultrafine gold. I'm going to give that back to the gold gods, because I don't think that was worth going and get my snuffer bottle for. It is getting late, believe it or not. It's about 7 o'clock at night, so I am going to head home. Enjoy a nice relaxing dinner with my partner Zoe, and probably talk to her about all the advantages of what this thing has to offer. I'm genuinely pleased with this. It is an amazing system. That nozzle has a lot of engineering and thought put into it. You know, I've had a big long discussion with peacekeeper1966, and the way that he's built it and designed it is quite clever. So that is perfect. The only downside that I can see is that pipe. Like I said, it's not actually an issue, because all you have to do is make sure that you wash the pipe out, or that you replace it with a smooth pipe. Either one will work exactly fine, and you won't have any issue with gold getting trapped in it. You're still not going to lose it, even if you did. Even if you didn't change the pipe, you're not losing gold. It's just working like a sluice, so that's fine. Being able to switch the lid over to different 40-litre buckets, massive plus, because it means you can fill them up and move on. You can feed a river sluice. You could feed a rocker box with it if you had 2 people. One person had the hose on it, rocking the box, and the other person was using it as a dredge. You could easily do that as well. Not necessarily a downside, but something to be aware of is that you will need to have a decent yabby pump. I tried this in my homemade PVC one. It did work, but not as well as what it worked with this. So I could see foreseeable issues if you used a homemade crevice pump where it wouldn't just have enough power in it. Thank you very much for watching. If you do want to order one of these, check out peacekeeper1966 on YouTube and give him a message. It's the best way to contact him. He sells these through eBay. All the pricing and stuff he will be able to give you. I think they're around the $50 to $70 mark, somewhere in there, plus your postage. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first review I've ever done, and as always, I hope to catch you out here sometime.